There was this deaf club, and there's a bunch of people sitting there, and they were watching a movie. They're watching. And this little deaf boy, there's this giant deaf man. Oh my word, he's like a bodybuilder. He was sitting there, he was so huge. And he was watching a movie. And sitting right behind him was a short little girl, a little deaf girl. And she's trying to see. She can't see the movie. She says to her mom, "Hey, I can't see." Mom's like, "Well, tell the man that you can't see. Do it yourself." Alright, so she taps the big deaf man. He turns around and looks at her. He's like, "What?" She's like, I can't see the movie." "Well then, move your eyes." Alright, this is a story that really happened to me. Alright, there's this teacher at Gallaudet University. We're in this room, there's this deaf man worked there. His name, I really can't remember, it slipped my mind. But anyway, I really enjoyed this lecture in this class. And I was sitting there and I was just talking with him. And one day I asked him a question. "Gallaudet College, when did you graduate from it? What year?" He looked at me, he goes, "I never went to college. I'm still in it." Old story about these deaf people like to tell over and over. When I was little, it was different, but today it's definitely changed quite a bit. Alright, so long ago, maybe like the 1980s, had those old cars, and you'd drive a long way, you'd see all these towns, and you'd spend the night in a motel. Well, there weren't any. So you'd see all these windows and there was these tiny little houses. There weren't these big office buildings, and they were all dotted here and there, and no, they didn't have any toilets. It was very quiet. So they were the little cabins. And there was also teepees, like the Indians have. They were just scattered here and there. Do you remember those old times, those old towns? Well, now you have motels, but back then you didn't. Okay, now you need to know that. There's this deaf man and this deaf woman, and they were married, and they're driving around. Oh, and they're tired, it's late at night. And they see one of these, cabins, so they pull off, and they're like, "Okay, we will stay the night here. Be alright." So they parked their car, they went inside to rent a cabin, and the wife said, "Hey, you know what? My head really hurts. It's awful. I really need some aspirin. Please, do you mind going to the store and getting me some?" And her husband's like, "Okay, yeah, sure. You go back to the room, go back to the cabin. I'm gonna go to the store, I'll buy you some aspirin." Okay. So the man he went there, he drove her to the townhouse, and then he went to the store and brought the aspirin, came back, and he's looking at all these cabins, all these townhouses, and he's like, "They all look the same. All of them are dark. Everybody's gone to sleep. I don't know which one's mine. I forget." Oh, idea. So he gets in the car, he starts honking the horn. Man, he is mashing on it. It's blaring. It's so loud. And all these cabins, the lights start popping on. Pop, pop, pop. All these townhouses had all the lights came on except this one. It was entirely dark. He goes, oh, that's where my wife is. So he opens the door and he walks in. There's his wife. Oh, not this one. Alright, I have a good old story for you. There's this crazy old scientist, hair everywhere, like this mashy bear bug eyes. And the scientist, he's not like the other people, no. He is one unique person, and people look at him and go, whoa, that's a strange guy. But anyway, he's a scientist, and so one day he's like doing experiments on these frogs. He was doing it himself, and he's got all these black walls. He's got a table, nice long table. He has a huge frog. He takes one and he puts it on the table. And he's teaching it, training it. To do what? On voice command, he wants to say the word jump. He wants the frog to do it. Jump, frog jumps. Jump, frog jumps. Alright, when he's ready, and he's finished, and he's learned that, he's excellent. He's got that down. Takes the frog. He says, jump. The frog very quickly jumps very far. Now another man would stand over there, and he's ready, and he measures how far on the table that the frog jumps. And then the scientist will record that on the blackboard on the wall. 4 feet. Great. Now the scientist, he's got his glasses and his goggles on, and he takes the frog and cuts off one leg. Chops it off. The frog looks at him like, oh, what's your problem? Alright, so the scientist sits him down again. He says, jump. The frog's like, oh, jump. So the frog jumps. The other man's measuring how far he jumps. He jumps 9 feet. So he lops off another leg, and he sews that, that whole leg up, and the frog's like, what? So he puts him back down. He said, jump. Fine. Frog jumps. Now he needs to record it. How long did he jump? Frog with 2 legs jumps how far? Alright, so the scientist is getting cocky. He lops another leg off. The frog is just like, what? Jump. So the frog kind of falls over. The frog with only 1 leg, how far? Half a foot. He jumps half a foot. And the scientist, he cuts off the last leg. Frog is like, you know what, this ain't cool. Now he tells him, jump. Frog looks at him. Jump. Frog just sits there. Jump already. Frog looks at him. Jump. But he still sits there. Scientist decides, fine. What's he write on the board? How many feet he jump? Nope. Frog's deaf.